What is going on, Panther Lair? We are back talking about the Pittsburgh Panthers' home victory over the Miami Hurricanes this past Saturday afternoon. Now, I want to talk about why I think Pitt was more successful running their actions in the second half of this game. They did not come into this run running anything new, set-wise, action-wise, pretty much anything like that with the absence of Jalen Lowe. Instead, they just were much more decisive and certainly more urgent in what they were doing in the second half, and it's one of the reasons I think they were able to pull away from Miami. So we're going to take a look at two possessions here. This one is from the first half. This is pretty much like their standard action and offense they run. Here comes the high ball screen. Now, I do think Brandon Cummings did a really good job waiting for screens to be set in this game. In the past, he goes a little bit too early, and oftentimes that allows his defender to pretty much at least not concede the point of attack and stay in front of him because there's just no advantage gained. And when the ball is starting to, when the action's this far away, it just gives the defender a lot of time to be able to kind of meet him at the 3-point line. So this one did a pretty good job waiting. Cam Corn, good job initiating contact before dislodging two. But because this exchange isn't like super well timed, and I think these guys kind of just go through the motions a little bit, it allows for this high tag on Corn, also with the ball screen being this high. Again, there's a long runway here that Corn's going to have to go to make this a long roll. Even at a short roll, he's still probably going to get met right around the free throw line. That's pretty much exactly what happens. Decent job with Cummings realizing, hey, nothing's going here, and obviously there's nothing available to Corn just because he's getting high tagged here. Even if he long rolled, there's a long tag here, kind of that weak side defender, low man. So that's going to be the natural defense here. So he goes back to Guillermo Diaz-Graham. Did not have his best game here. Maybe if the ball gets given up a little bit earlier, he would have had more of an open three. He ends up trying to find Corn. Nothing happened, and then Pitt has to reset. And that's a lot of what we see them have to do, right? Nothing comes from the initial action, so they're having to reset into a ball screen. When we see in the second half, one of the things I think Pitt did a good job, like these pass aheads and just quick flip backs that turn into like change angling on the screen just does a lot more for them. And I think this exchange here was a little bit more purposeful in that it confused the low man, did not allow for this high tag. And also Corn in the second half, if you go back and watch this game, really just exited screens with an urgency that I think was one of the reasons they were able to generate so many good looks in the second half, is because he constantly was able to collapse defenses on really strong rolls here. So he initiates contact, really good disengaging quickly, and that exchange confuses the low man. This doesn't turn into anything other than a foul. In a perfect world for the Panthers, maybe Corn catches this and dunks it, obviously. But it's that type of urgency that was a big difference in the second half. I got a couple more videos here that are going to flesh that out, but wanted to do this first one here, comparing possessions from the first and second half.